Anything can increase your vertical. I used to strictly train high intensity movements and high intensity plyos 24/7. But the more I understood performance training and periodization, understanding more about the human body, I began to realize that any and every leg exercise can benefit to your vertical jump. I used to think that leg extensions and hamstring curls were useless because they weren't specific enough to the act of jumping. But not everything in your training has to be hyper specific, at least not in the beginning. Everything can be used as a tool in your training. It's up to you or the coach to determine when would be the best and most effective time to use that tool. For example, you wouldn't want to be doing loaded barbell squat jumps on your first week of training because that's probably going to kill your knees. If all of your training was super specific 24/7, consisting of a lot of max approach jumps, a lot of fast quarter squats, heavy plyometrics, that's eventually going to lead to an injury because the more specific something is to jumping, the more intense it's going to be. And the more you're doing these intense stuff in higher volumes, the more likely it is you're going to experience some overload issues and some injuries. And that's why I was out with knee pain for 7 months. That's all I was doing. Only explosive stuff, only fast stuff, only heavy stuff. And I didn't really focus on actually building a base. Do not solely listen to all of these workout videos you see on social media where people are recommending the craziest plyometrics, the craziest workouts, the most intense movements. Maybe the guys in the videos have progressed themselves to be able to handle that stuff. So please do your research, please know what you can handle before hopping into a workout. To be able to handle these intense movements, you have to develop a solid foundation. These general movements in higher volumes are great for building muscle mass, and light intensity extensive plyos are great for getting your body ready to the more intense plyos. The main reason why we want to go from general training to more specific training over time is so we can increase the potential for how much force we can produce and increase the potential for how high we can jump later on. That, and we're also preparing the body for the demands that the sport of jumping requires. When we're jumping, we're maximally producing force and we're absorbing forces dropping from a higher height. And we're doing that multiple times consistently. To be able to do that without any injuries, you got to build your way up there. And the best way to build yourself to the absolute top is to join Get Up Vertical. Shameless plug. I train jumping athletes how to jump higher and become the best athletic versions of themselves through an individualized and structured program, 24/7 coaching, 24/7 messaging, unlimited video calls, jump and lift technique breakdown, and I'm pretty much taking care of everything for you. I've trained a lot of athletes to get the first dunk and jump higher. All of them have seen strength gains. All of them are jumping higher than before. So if you're slacking on your vertical and your athleticism and you finally decided that you want to get to that next level, apply for my coaching in my bio. I'm only looking to train serious and motivated athletes. So if you're not serious or motivated, don't bother signing up. Let's not waste each other's time. If you are, talk to you soon. For most athletes, starting with general work is the best thing you could do for your vertical long term. There's also going to be strength and general fitness gains as a side product from doing that stuff. So if you have time, you're in your off season, I would highly recommend a preparation/accumulation phase where you're doing a lot of general work and high volume. Once you go through a whole cycle of general work and non-specific training, it usually results in greater muscle mass, which means you'll have a higher potential for strength once you transfer over to a strength-based cycle. However, too much of one thing is a bad thing. So too much general work or you're doing that for an extended period of time, it'll probably lead to a plateau, which is why we want to progressively increase the intensity over time as we go forward with our training. In short, there are no bad exercises for your vertical. Depending on when you program something and in what dosage, my buddy, why'd you bring him out? I got a dog, guys. This is my buddy. BRB, gonna make him pee. Where was I? Depending on when you program something and in what dosage, every single movement can be used in an effective way for your vertical, even if it doesn't directly translate. There are a few movements that are more so a waste of time and energy rather than it being a bad exercise. For example, having strong tibialis anterior muscles would probably be beneficial during a jump, but doing tons of tibialis raises, doing tons of tibialis work is kind of a waste of time and energy because it's not going to make that much of a difference, especially because you're getting the necessary tibialis strengthening during jumping. The tibialis anterior is an antagonist of jumping. It does the opposite action of jumping. It raises our foot up, so it's not really going to make a difference if you're going to train it. But it also won't help a lot with shin splints. A lot of you guys have been saying that. But yeah, jump training isn't just about plyos and heavy lifting. It's not all about lifting explosively. A lot of the time it consists of the boring work, slow eccentrics, high volume, stuff that won't pop off on social media. These are the things that are going to make the most gains. Every single movement has a time and place in the vertical jump program. You just got to know how to structure your program properly. But yeah, that's all. Let me know if you guys like the background though. I'm outside, not in my room, got a new lens. So more content here. I like it. All right, later.